So, hi Rille, I'm very pleased that you found the time for us today, as you are the winner of this year's Miriam Friedman Award, which is an award from AMEE for excellent educators who make impact in their region, locally, or in a bit bigger scale. So, congratulations on behalf of whole AMEE community. How does it feel like?
Crazy. I kind of don't still believe it, but I have a certificate that says it. Yeah, it's quite weird because I still remember like my first AMEE when I saw someone got one, and I was like, wow. And yeah, I now have one, so it's very weird.
Okay. How did you get involved with medical education in the first place? If you could track down your journey.
I think I've always done kind of like when I started medical school, I've always kind of gone kind of towards medical education as well for some reason. I joined like our local medical students association, and they had a medical education group that sounded like the coolest one. So I joined that, and then I got more involved in IFMSA, and then came to my first AMEE in 2010, and yeah, caught the bug, continued to do it, and yeah, because I mean I come from Estonia, so it's quite a small country and there's not that many people doing it, so it was kind of a bit exotic as well to kind of find out that it is an actual different specialty, even kind of a sub area that no one knows about. And it was plus you come to AMEE and you find like 4,000 people
working on this,
yeah,
right?
exactly, who are like super enthusiastic about that.
I share the feeling of being surprised a couple of years back when I saw like it's a serious topic you can work on, make a career out of it.
Exactly.
So what's your focus now in medical education? What are you working on?
I'm mainly doing more now postgraduate training. I think it's fascinating how little we know about postgraduate training, really, because I think a lot of times the emphasis has been on undergrad and teaching skills and all of that, which is relevant for postgraduate training. But then if we go, I always thought when I was going through medical school that by the time I reach postgraduate training, it will be all sorted out and perfect. And then you reach postgraduate training and you find out it's actually kind of even worse, because every country does it differently. There's very little kind of standards that kind of apply to everyone. And every country has, for historical reasons, for kind of local policy reasons, done it completely differently and state different things. And it's quite fascinating, yeah.
Yeah. And what about the future? So for the future, what are your plans in terms of hope you're still going to be involved in medical education?
Yeah.
You're not going to ditch it off easily.
Yeah, you would hope. My mum would probably hope that one day he will kind of stop doing a million things. But I think for the future, I love to do postgraduate training, especially now, and I would love to be kind of do a bit of clinical work, but get involved in education. I've done a lot of policy stuff, and so I think it's also interesting to look at postgraduate training from a bigger picture of what do we want out of this workforce, how do we achieve that. And so I think it's been quite an interesting journey for me to go and reach that point. And so I think we're definitely going to continue that work and see where it goes.
That's what we wanted to hear. And if you were to name one most gratifying thing for you, most rewarding thing about working in medical education, working with AMEE, what would it be?
Oh, wow.
Just one.
I think the vibe that, you know, the whole year when you kind of go from one AMEE to the other, there's a lot of obstacles if you do kind of clinical stuff and medical education. So if you come to AMEE, the vibe when you arrive to AMEE, and I have lots of friends now here, and we kind of have our own little community. Yeah. And so the vibe when you arrive to AMEE and realize that everyone's kind of out for the same thing, love to do the same thing, love the teaching as much as you do. And I think that's kind of the main thing that I've gotten from it, and that's what keeps us coming back every year. So, kind of
this right energy, the right vibe,
Yeah.
as you said it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think everyone really feels it. The ones that keep coming back here. Yeah, you put
Yeah.
it the right way. That it's like a community, like a family. I think you even said
Yeah.
AMEE family, right? When you
Yeah.
were on stage today.
Yeah.
And I totally felt it, and I think many people in the audience and live, they also felt it, and the ones live, they also felt, well, we wish
Yeah.
we could be there, because it's also
Exactly.
this right nice type of energy you get.
And plus, I mean, we all, like, independent of what country we work at, we all have similar problems, especially if you're trying to balance, you know, two different lives. And everyone has
At least two.
At
Sometimes
least two.
it's
Sometimes 3, 4, being researcher, educator,
Yeah.
and all of that. So I think, and it's cool to come to AMEE and be like, these guys are having the exact same problems,
right.
and you can kind of, you know, whine about it, but you can also kind of help each other out for that,
People
and give us
understand.
support. And because I think you don't really get that unless you come to AMEE, or you at least kind of get into a community of educators, because no one in my clinical world doesn't really understand why do you do all of this education things.
Right.
Yeah.
I think many people also share this kind of doubts or
Yeah.
some kind of feeling of not being fully understood when you're
Yeah.
not doing research strictly, when you're not doing medicine per se. If you're doing something in between, like very often teaching is considered something not on a par with those other activities.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you come here and you see that it's definitely, as I said, something serious, something to really you can focus on and make a work out of it. Then I think we also come here for this. It's just very gratifying feeling.
It's like
it
a
feels
moral
good.
support group, right? It's your own
Yeah.
little support group. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a support group,
Yeah.
but also a family.
Yeah.
So this is a message for Rille's mom.
Mm-hmm.
That we are really proud of her. We're really grateful for having her among us. Congratulations again on the
Thanks.
award. Keep doing what you're doing.
Will do.
And I hope we'll continue to see you here in this community, because you're part of it and you're a very essential part of this chain of people. So congrats and thank you, Rille.
Thanks.